Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm Jayden Jones, and welcome back to another episode of Bulldog Film Reviews, or BFR for short. The show where we here at SHS Productions tackle various film and TV series. On today's episode, we're going to be covering the classic, the iconic John Carpenter's Halloween. The iconic horror film that many people would consider the birthplace of the modern slasher. And before we get into it, quick warning, as always, this review is going to contain spoilers for Halloween. So, that being said, let's get right into it. Halloween released independently in 1978 on a budget of just $325,000, which is extremely small for a theatrically released film, especially back then. The iconic slasher film, which was spearheaded by filmmaking visionary and mastermind John Carpenter, as well as his then partner Deborah Hill, to this day is considered the birth of the modern slasher/horror film by many, and was jam-packed full of talents like Jamie Lee Curtis, who just recently won an Oscar, which I think is long overdue, and Donald Pleasance, who at the time was an extremely well-respected and veteran actor in the industry, and none other than Nick Castle, the man behind the mask. Now, getting away from the star power, both on and behind the cameras, let's take a look at the story itself, which is shockingly simple. And for those who've never seen Halloween, basically it goes like this. 15 years after killing his older sister, 21-year-old Michael Myers breaks free from captivity and returns to his hometown of Haddonfield, Illinois, to rain terror upon its residents on Halloween night. See what I mean? Pretty simple. But as it turns out, such a simple story makes way beautifully for complex characters, dialogue, cinematography, and even the sets themselves. Everything is extremely well put together. Everything is beautiful to look at. I mean, even shots that in most other films would be pretty boring and make you yawn, ready to fall asleep, stuff like that, not in this film, because it's got the audience on the edge of their seat. Which I guess is also thanks to the endlessly iconic score by John Carpenter, and especially that amazing 5/4 timed Halloween theme that you hear in the opening and end of the film, and throughout it as well, which I guess is also another really good part of it. Halloween, it's really the little horror film that could. And it's remained a film staple in the world of horror and Halloween since 1978, and likely forever, which makes it an easy decision to have Halloween slash its way to a very, very bloody 9.7 out of 10. With that being said, thanks for tuning in to this episode of BFR. We sincerely hope you enjoyed it and look forward to the next edition. So until then, stay classy, Smyrna.